Hello and welcome to another episode of Paul Plays Infinifactory. So this puzzle today is going to be laser calibration target. So on the face of it, we get one of these. We have a painter here and a painter and a second red painter there. And we have this to do. Now, only one side needs painting, so that's kind of lucky, isn't it? So, by far, I mean, like, getting this guy in the center for one dot isn't a big deal, is it? But by far the biggest deal is getting a single painter around this entire surface with anything like something approaching efficiency. So, without further ado, let's bring this forward. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it like this, in front of it, across like this. So, I am going to rotate it, and then I'm going to push it one square that way. And I think that's sort of right for the height. And we can see that that's painting. So, I can see two, well, there's probably more, but there's going to be two obvious approaches to this. One is you paint, and then try and drop it down and paint another row. So you paint them a row at a time, or you drop it, or you use a lifter and paint them column at a time. I am going to attempt column at a time for this. I'm not sure which would be more efficient. Row at a time probably, in that you've got less row transitions. You've got more just moving straight. So, but for what it's worth, I'm going to try and do row at a time. So I'm going to need something at the top to help push it along. So that's going to be something like that. Just check that's the right height. Yeah. So when it gets to the bottom, we need to lift it back up again. So I'm just going to put the lifter in there and just see what kind of effect we get from the start. It's going to come in, paint, and drop down like that. So if it wasn't here, well, let's say it was here, and we want to push it back in again. So to do that, we know how to do that. We need to put a lifter and put a pusher behind it. Have the two of them floating in space. So when we run it, they drop in. Now this is still free moving. So I'm going to need some system to push it there and push it back in again. So I'm going to need some way of remembering the state of the switch. So to do that, somewhere out of the way, maybe under here, I'm going to do a little, I don't know what you call it, flip-flop, a little relay switch or something like that, which will involve two pushes like that, and then a sensor, and the block, obviously. There's going to be a block in here which is going to be moved back and forward and will stay in place when we do it. So when I run that, this thing will fall down. Like that. So I should have... I mean, I got a fair bit of it painted already. So at some height on the way down, I'm not sure exactly where, maybe here. I don't need this square for anything else, or there. We'll try here for a start. Go up 1, 2, and put it there. Okay, so put 2 of them there and have a sensor looking there. So the way I have it set up at the moment is the block is there. It'd be far more... Oh no, I could do it, can't I? I was going to say it'd be simpler to get it to the other one, but let's leave it the way it is. We can tidy up the wiring at the end if we're happy with the solution. Yeah, you see, look at that. That's horrible, isn't it? It would probably be better, wouldn't it, to have this. It doesn't really matter where any of this goes. We want it to start in the off position, so we'd like the block to be here initially. And then, remember, this is going to fall in here like this. And then this one is going to come over a bit like that. So what happened then? Not much. Let's just have a look. Yes, obviously I pushed the wrong block, didn't I? Not the cleverest thing I've done so far, but probably not the most stupid. So so basically this wiring is rubbish at the moment. Okay, let's have a look at that. Let's get a move on with this. So drop you down and back up again. So if when he got to the bottom he had moved forward 1, that would be even better. So it drops down and does that. So, this is all rubbish, isn't it? I can see what I've done wrong straight away. I want to go this way. I don't want to bring it back. So, I don't want anything here at all. That's still coming in 1 too far. So basically all this needs to be moved maybe I'll move it up here, grab the area select tool, and throw it up there. So I think this is, okay, so I made a complete mess of that first. So this then, we need a connector coming from the base of this to this sensor. Don't want that connected. Okay, so that's in there like that. So I can probably sense behind here, can't I? There's always, or will there always be? We want it to start off. So the block is going there. And then when we see something sort of there, right, so, and put that in there, and let's see if we finally got this sort of moving a little bit in the right direction. Well, it drops down, but that's obviously hitting it too soon and lifting it up before it's had a chance to touch these bottom conveyors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this sensor down one. Like that. So what I'd like it to do is drop down, move one, and then come up. No point painting the same. Might as well paint on the way down and on the way up. Yes, like that. So yes, so we painted on the way down. So now we need to detect it on the way up again and pull it out. So somewhere like maybe here or there. Let's try here. Okay, that's looking forward there. I know the wiring is absolutely horrific. Sorry about this. It offends your eyes, don't look. So, and that should then flick this and push the sensor back the other way with a bit of luck. Down it goes, up. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And one painted, but we can see this other one is coming in very quickly behind. So again, the last puzzle that I had this problem with, I'm not sure what it was. Where I cut something up which didn't need to be cut up. So basically this doesn't look like this is the most efficient way. I mean, normally the guys have designed these puzzles so that you can achieve the input rate. But obviously we're not going to be doing that here. So as soon as it lands off, I want to kick it that way. And try rotating it. Fabulous. Bring it over then. How is that for a lineup? Oh yeah, I like that. Yep, that's good. So that's the end square there. I am gonna rise it here because it needs to be a little bit higher to get the... What am I doing? No, I don't think that's high enough. Have a look at one of these downward conveyors. Spin it round. So where have we got to now? Let's see. I think this is probably still not high. No. That one. Then. Nope, we missed. So that is one square too high after all that. Oh dear. Okay, so let's see if we've now been all this messing around just to line up this dot. Bump, bump. Looked pretty good, didn't it? So when it hits, just rotate the thing back out of the way. Let's see where that ends up. It might even push a little bit further this way after the rotation. Yeah, why not? And then just run it in. Not with them, you won't run it in. It's two of them. And one of them. I'm just going to put a couple of them there just in case it needs some added incentive to not go any further that way. Okay, so now the only problem is this gonna mess itself up here? So I'm just gonna hold down F and see what happens. See if we start generating too many of these boards that they need to be slowed down somehow. No, maybe not. Getting one square out further each time. Yes! Brilliant. So, we did it. Oops, hang on, let's go back to it. Laser calibration target. So, there it is. Nothing. It's the first time I've really, used one of these, sort of maintain the state and have two pushers pushing between it. So it's either on or off, and these are in effect two switches. And if it does one, still not using counters. I mean, maybe it could have been done with counters to achieve pretty much the new counter sensors to achieve the same sort of thing. But that's it. Also, I mean, obviously this puzzle is not optimal. I am not getting these painted as fast as they're being produced. So there probably is a way of painting that even quicker. See that one hit it there. This one's hitting it when there's 4 unpainted. This one's hitting it now when there's 5. So I mean, I am 1 column behind. I'm losing 1 column in timing for compared to the speed that the input's coming in. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously no way of painting more. There's only 1 white painter. I was just looking at this. I mean, obviously not with this crazy wiring I have here, but it might be possible to actually have, 2 of them, 1 being painted on either side. I was considering, like if you rotate them, can you do painting quicker? Like, imagine if you're sort of almost wrapping this around the panel. But I mean, rotation at that stage I don't think it achieves anything. I don't think it won't paint 2 squares at once or anything like that. So I'm baffled. As I said, although probably if instead of doing this up and down movement, which I'm doing, you ran the entire, like even starting at the top and lifting up with a lifter, or starting at the bottom, lifting up with a lifter, or vice versa. you did a painted a row, then drop, paint a row. That may be quicker. In fact, I think it probably would be. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to continue on playing this game. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also playing a bit of TIS 100, which is the other game by these people. Another great game. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like on the video. If you're interested in what you see and like it, please subscribe to the channel. Any comments, love to see from them. Thanks again for watching. Bye now.